What's up, YouTube? Today we are tooling a marlin. Now, marlin's a pretty specific fish, but you can take a lot of these elements and lessons and translate them into almost any other fish. There's a lot of carryover between pretty much any kind of fish. A lot of the same principles will apply to whatever fish you might be tooling. So let's dive into it. I want to say no pun intended, but pun was intended.
All right, we're going to tool a marlin. This is actually super easy, you guys. We're not even gonna waste any time. You know by now, if you've seen any of my how to tool videos, you want to get your hard lines and your silhouettes beveled first. This is gonna give you a good silhouette and a good shape. You got to think about the key components of what makes the animal or the object the animal or the object. We want to make sure that we get this outer silhouette of this marlin, which is so iconic, knocked in pretty aggressively. Okay, then we got to do these fins. Okay, then especially like on this portion of the mouth where you can see the inner part of the mouth, you want to make sure to go a little bit lighter here, and then you can come in a little bit harder on the actual outline. Let's get this other fin locked in here. Okay, so we have this silhouette done. Now all these other lines that we're going to start doing have to be a little bit more gentle. So for example, this eyeball, we're going to be real gentle. Listen. Compared to the other taps we were making. Maybe knocking these gills a little bit harder. And same with this. And now for fish in particular, there's a lot of webbing, right? So you got to make sure you get all this webbing in here. Same thing here with these webs on these fins. Okay, I'm gonna give this little fish a little pupil there.
Quick interruption. YouTube has notified me that literally 80% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I am a leather crafter who makes videos in his spare time, just trying to put out some extra content for you guys. So please hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with a friend, do what you can. Most of these videos take 5 or 6 hours to make, between filming it, editing it, making a thumbnail, all that stuff. I don't get paid to make YouTube videos. I just enjoy doing them. So in return, if I bring you any kind of value, whether you laugh, you cry, you learn something, whatever it might be, please hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video.
Now you can kind of do whatever you want with this line. This is more just like an aesthetic line. This isn't necessarily something you got to bevel, but if you come in here with your hand and use a modeling tool or a beveler, just kind of give it a little scratch. It'll collect some stain right there to kind of emphasize that little bit of aesthetic line. Okay, and then fish are also like birds. You want to kind of get their scales, right? So you're gonna take your mule foot, and you got to remember that the scales are pointed towards the end of the fish. So you want to be real gentle up at this face, because you don't want like a bunch of distinct scales up at the end. This is a relatively smooth fish, to be honest. And then you can kind of come in a little bit harder here at the back half of the fish and give it those textures. Man, super easy. And I'm adding this extra part around the marlin to kind of help it pop off the surface a little bit better. If you want good figure carvings, you want it to look like it's popping off the surface, not like it's necessarily a part of the surface of the leather. you're gonna get a lot more pop and kind of a dramatic look when you do that. And ta-da, there you have a tooled marlin. I'm gonna throw some paint on this thing because I think, especially with, you know, a freaking marlin, it needs color. It's not gonna look like a marlin without the color. So let's take a look at how that looks.